This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for the 2024 Sagittarius full moon. The full moon takes place on May 23rd, 2024 at 6:53 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:53 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1:53 p.m. Universal Time, at 2 degrees Gemini, 55 minutes, 2 degrees Sagittarius, 55 minutes. Optimistic and expansive, the Sagittarius full moon has us pushing boundaries and reaping harvests in the process. The event is paradoxical. We're bolting toward adventure and away from restrictions, yet taking time and care to pick up treats, bounty, and maybe even a companion for the journey. So, maybe we're not traveling light, or maybe we're traveling in comfort or more focused on comfort. Regardless, the process opens the door to retooling our mindset to fit the future. Heady stuff, but Sagittarius can handle a philosophical streak, and some of our philosophies and beliefs are definitely up for revising. They're fueling dramas and emotional reactions as the full moon builds. If you're thinking of Sagittarius as an intellectual sign, you are shortchanging the impact of words and judgments being hurled by someone in the throes of self-righteousness or zealotry or bigotry or intellectual superiority. Beliefs and prejudices can certainly stir fierce emotions, whether from their being challenged or their being imposed. Seen any of that ever? Lately? We'll be seeing more. The phenomenon will swell and swell and swell now, and then hit a choice point. Some of the noise will dissipate like parting fog. Some bubbles will burst, some will be popped. Some arguments that have been floated will die or mutate or shrivel in the light of exposure. Politics, legal matters, and ideology figure into the furor, playing out across online platforms and communities. Fair warning, this moon's dramas could be off the charts crazy. And crazy-making. Miraculous and magical, too. As far out as Sagittarian issues have ventured lately, watch them push limits even more now. This moon is in an uninterrupted flow with Neptune, the only body more boundless than the sign's ruler Jupiter, about which more shortly. And Neptune has reached maximum boundlessness, parked at the last degree of the zodiac, connecting all of existence and unhooking from the earthly in the process. It's as if Don't Fence Me In is playing throughout all time-space. Obliviousness is rampant. Some of us are sleepwalking like Mr. Snoozleberg through a gauntlet of peril, evading every danger thanks to fast-acting guardian angels. What could rein this in? Two influences, actually, are working against our coming completely untethered. One is the choice point and the source of the online factor, coming from the moon's tight sextile to Pluto in Aquarius, the sign of the collective, technology, and, not to be overly dramatic, the future. What are you choosing on a personal level? The sextile invites empowerment, dumping intellectual and philosophical baggage, maybe facing and dropping some implicit biases, updating your mindset to match the realities shifting around you, cutting out indoctrination, saying goodbye to people or groups if differences of opinion have crossed into incompatible worldviews, taking collective action to combat propaganda or racism or prejudices. The sextile also encourages walking away from the same old, Battles, debates, arguments, thinking, jokes. For one thing, they don't fit the future that's beckoning with Pluto in Aquarius. For another, they're becoming boring, and the adventure that Sag craves awaits elsewhere. And so, this full moon finds us moving on. Not empty-handedly, though, and not without significant grounding. That's the parting gift of its ruler Jupiter, the guy who amplifies everything he touches, and the source of the second factor, keeping us from going completely untethered. He's 2 days away from a 1-year tour of high-flying, freewheeling Gemini. Before he finishes his year in Taurus, he's got quite the send-off, a conjunction with Venus, his co-conspirator, in wanting more, and sextile to Neptune, the influence even more boundless than he is. Jupiter and Venus instill both the desire to indulge and the matter-of-fact sense of entitlement to it. With Taurus as their meeting ground, their focus is on creature comforts and sensory pleasures, food, music, luxurious fabrics, money, and tangible, palpable, reliable love. Neptune, Venus's counterpart in love and inspiration, offers sprinkles of glitter, romance, and soul connections. Their combined impact underlies the inflamed emotions of this full moon. Desires for security and feeling justified to have it drive the dramas. Conversely, acquiring comfort and resources enables us to make tracks for bright, new horizons. Gravitate to the second option. You can ride only so far on optimism and faith, or convictions and self-righteousness. It doesn't hurt to have something solid in your traveling bag as you head out for adventure. I'm Kathy Beal, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to sign up for my mailing list and get a quick reference guide to Jupiter in Gemini as a thank you. Listen to my weekly podcasts and book a session with me. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Beal, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and in the group, the Astro Insight Lounge. I post on Instagram and Threads at KA Beal and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel.